Am I doing an intro or do you want to do one? What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Plaid Couch Podcast. We've been gone for a minute, but we're back now. I'm Jaylene, and today I'm joined by
Matty Ice.
And I'm tagging. It's been a few weeks.
yeah,
Much needed break
yeah.
with the holidays and a lot going on work wise for all three of
I
us. So,
feel like we all just got super busy at the exact same time.
well, yeah. Usually for work, it's like, oh, it's almost the holidays. At least most places take like Christmas and New Year's off. Some take more time off. So it's trying to get all that work done before the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's
And then just things in our personal lives. Because usually, like, one of us would get really busy, and then the other two can help pick up the slack. And this time it was like, well, nope, we all actually are a little bit busy and a little bit stressed.
Yeah.
But it's getting better now. Please do not feel sorry for us.
Yeah, it's always to be expected when the holidays are coming up, honestly. But it's you get past New Year's, everything slows down after
Yeah.
that. So we'll get there. We'll get back on the flow of things.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been saving these two stories for a while.
Oh, shit.
The,
Okay.
the first one is so I was driving home from work one day, and I don't live too far from like a walking trail park. And a kid was riding his bike, and he went up the like walkway and started going down the street, and a car passing by must have been like his friend or something. He went to go flip him off, and then tried to do like a little jump, but then the momentum, a chubby little kid, and then he just
Oh,
face
no.
planted.
Did he roll back down?
Oh, he's
ramp?
scared.
Oh god.
No, because he got up the ramp and was going, but he like came from that area, and he just flipped him off. Did the little hop wheelie and then just wiped out. And
he tried. He tried.
Did his friend stop and, like, help him?
the friend was in a vehicle, so
But, like, you could have pulled over.
I don't know if the kid was driving because the one on the bike was like 12, 13 years old.
Gotcha.
So,
Well. Huh.
but that made like the rest of my drive so great because I was laughing my ass off.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's what you get for flipping people
Well,
off.
I agree. That was
Yeah.
instant karma.
It was.
Oh my gosh.
The other thing, I really hope this was a prank call, but 2 weeks ago, it was like 10 o'clock at night, 10:30 at night. I should have been asleep at this point, but I was working on things.
Too busy getting bitches.
And my phone rings.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, what the private number? I was like, it's probably a scam caller, but why are they calling me this late at night? And I answer and, do the hello. And then there's pause. And they go, hello? And I go, who is this? And then they immediately go, who's this? I went, I asked you first.
I asked you first.
It's like, well, you slept with my girlfriend, and it's another girl on the phone. I went, oh, no, must have the wrong number. She's like, no, this is the number that she's been texting. I went, no.
What the fuck?
What's the name in the phone? And they go, Cassie. And I went, does this sound like Cassie to you? And they go, no, that's my girlfriend's name. And I went, I don't know a Cassie at all. And they went, no, you slept with my girlfriend. I went, no, I didn't. And they went, well, then they went, well, just so you know, she has herpes. I went, damn, that sucks for Cassie. Too bad I didn't sleep with her.
What the fuck?
And then, they were like yelling and all that. So I just hung up on them.
Way to dox Cassie and her herpes.
And then about like 2 minutes later, they tried calling me back. But I was like, no, I need to go to sleep.
Oh, my
I should have continued the story with hindsight, but it was just one of those that I got stun locked just because they were like, you're doing all this. I went, I don't even know a Cassie.
Did you go through your brain for a moment where it was like,
No.
could they be like
No, because,
actually trying to get a hold
Tegan
of
would
me?
never date somebody called Cassie.
No, because I was just like, who's calling? You're sleeping with my girlfriend. I went, what?
Oh, they mean like at the okay,
Yeah,
like
at that
currently.
time.
I was thinking like in the past you slept with my girlfriend.
No.
Okay.
That reminds me of a story a couple of days ago when I went to the zoo with my family.
And Cassie.
Not Cassie. I don't know Cassie, but
You so much.
my sister.
Maddie was the one who called you.
Yeah, I was trying out my new voice changer. But my sister, someone searched her up on Snapchat by search, and she was telling me about this. Like it was in the moment we're in the zoo waiting to get on the train and whatnot. And so she responds to this person. And she's like, "Why'd you try to search? Why did you search me? That's weird."
Yeah.
And this guy was trying to raise up my sister through Snapchat, and he fucked up real bad
Oh no.
because he first off he started off way too strong, like saying stuff like
Sending
oh,
emails.
Oh, I tapped that.
Oh yeah.
No, not like you.
You don't come out with that right
No.
up.
And
Dearest madam.
I would like to tap that.
she was showing me, and I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, Hannah, I don't think this is.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea. I was like, but send a picture of me. So she's like giggling her butt off right now because she's never done something like that with Snapchat. So she sent a picture of my face, and by the way, this kid sent a picture of his face, and she went, ooh. So that was not a good sign in the first place. But he was as white as he could be, and he was talking like he was in the hood and whatnot, just through the text. He was like, why you with this? Why you with a person like this already? And and Hannah's like, oh, that's my wife.
Talking about you?
Yeah. And
Okay.
she was just stringing him along, and then I forget what else he said, but I was like, Hannah, just tell him that he lost all his rays in that moment. So he said that, and he was just going on and on. He started out as a nice guy, and then the moment you say no, it's a completely different person. That's how it was going.
That is just like the female experience in a nutshell. You know how many like you collect them? Will you turn your phone
Yeah.
off? Matthew's trying to show off his new phone by leaving his ringer on.
My bad.
But yeah, as a woman, you like collect dudes like that as like Pokemon. Everyone's got like their set number of experiences of dudes like that.
See, for guys, it's the scam accounts.
Oh, the bots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went on Twitter recently, like I would say in the last couple of weeks. I didn't realize how bad Twitter got. It is insane.
Yeah, it's either bot accounts or people promoting their OnlyFans or people with blue check marks just trying to get revenue.
Yeah, it was like a shithole.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck, I have not missed this.
Doesn't X have like a freedom of speech thing now too, where you can post whatever now, or I don't know how.
Well,
I don't know. It won't surprise me.
well, a lot of places, they still have terms of service where certain things, like they're supposed to be cracking down on things that promote gambling and all that, but
Yeah, Twitter or X is not. It's not nearly as fun as it was before.
I was never like that big on Twitter to begin with, but like I don't know what it was. I was like, oh, I like just hop on Twitter, and then I was like, what the fuck happened to this?
I'll look to see like what's trending, just so I can kind of be like, oh, let me dive deeper into this, and then I'll do separate research and look into things. And Matthew, that's how I stay on top of a lot of the YouTube news.
See, I just do that with Reddit though.
Yeah.
Like I do like I usually will like once a week check like popular on Reddit
Yeah.
and just see what's
trending.
going on. Yeah. So
Just so you can stay in the loop with us.
it's sad that Reddit is like more level-headed than Twitter now. I just made that connection in my head because I would much rather hang out.
Yeah.
in
I learned
Reddit.
about the whole Luigi thing pretty quick, so
Oh,
Oh.
do we want to get into that?
No.
I don't think so. Let's
No.
not touch that. We're talking about Luigi from Super Mario Bros. I did say I'll bring this up just once and then we'll move past it. It was a picture of Luigi and Diddy Kong, and it said, "Man, Nintendo having a bad year." And we'll just leave that there, and somebody pick a new topic.
We'll let that simmer for a little bit, and then
I saw that. It might have been on Reddit, or I think it was actually on TikTok. But,
I was thinking today, just because I was looking at our back catalog and all that. December's marked the season finale of Ask Me Anything, and it's also marking the end of season 1 for MPL. Unintentional, by the way.
it just kind of worked out that way.
Yeah, because the Ask Me Anything was intentional. I wanted it to go through this year, but the MPL just was kind of based on how many maps there was. So I was thinking about that today. I was like, we kind of lucked out there.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a good way to wrap up the first year of.
Mhm.
Technically,
Couch.
the first year ends in January, but
Yeah.
close enough.
yeah, our 2024 of Plaid Couch. But yeah, I was thinking about that today, and I was like, 2 of my favorite series will be taking at least a
Little bit of a
month,
break.
month or two, at the very least.
I really, because I never played the first Mario Party until
Yeah.
we started MPL, and I've really loved that series. I cannot wait to get into season 2 of MPL because we've played a lot. I know you
Yeah.
played a lot more Mario Party 2,
Yeah.
like growing up.
This was my first time playing Mario Party 1. So,
Oh, yours too. So, but
how many wins did you get?
I got second place twice. Is that a spoiler? That's out.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one's out.
I thought I pulled a Matthew there.
I'll just bleep
What
you
do
for
you
no
mean?
reason.
Just bleep me for fun. But yeah, I would say there was a good couple years there where we played like as a group a lot of Mario Party too, because I think you introduced it to us.
Yeah.
Because that was the one you played a lot growing up.
Uh-huh. And I was like, I want a game I can win at. I'm tired of Bird Guy kicking my ass in Smash Bros.
no, Tegan just wanted a game he could play with his buddies.
Yeah, he was so lonely before he found us.
Yeah.
I want to go back to that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You love us.
Should we spoil like what we're gonna do in between Mario parties, or should we leave it a surprise?
Well, we were going to keep it like Mario Party adjacent. Like, we're going to do at least one episode of Fortune Street, which is a game we all love.
which I finally dug out, and I have the Wii U, so it's ready to go.
Um,
I know that Wii Party U was in discussion.
yeah, I guess it just determines on how long of a break we're going to take
Yeah.
between season 1 and season 2 of MPL. Ask Me Anything. I've already got some ideas for the next season. It probably won't be as many episodes, but we'll probably have some different guests on as well. So
Cassie.
spoilers.
You're gonna do an
I
Ask
don't
Me
want-
Anything of Cassie with STDs.
I don't want herpes Cassie on set.
Yeah, that'd be a health issue for all of us.
Okay, let's not like stigmatize STDs like that. That's not what we're here to do. Good. We went through all this with the AIDS crisis already. You're not gonna get STDs.
Cassie, the super
from
spreader.
being in a room with somebody with STDs.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, it'll be
Just looking at her is giving me herpes.
I didn't
Matthew,
say
it will
that.
only be a hazard to your health if you decide to hook up with Cassie.
Yeah,
That's how STDs work.
That's why it's called sexually transmitted.
Just so you know, she has a girlfriend though, and she will call you at 10:30 at night.
Matthew will
I'll
just
be a
riz
s-
up the girlfriend too.
Yeah, I'll just play along.
Dearest ma'am,
Dearest ma'am,
sincerest apologies for sleeping with Cassie.
wouldst thou like to come to mine castle?
Would you like to fornicate? Yay or nay?
Yay or nay?
Oh dear God. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Did you miss it?
I did.
Also, because I want to change this topic immediately. Spotify Rap came out this month, which I'm obsessed with Spotify. I use it all the time. I've talked about it a lot on here. I think I said a few episodes ago that like my favorite day of the year is Spotify Rap Day.
Yeah, you would.
Which is true. I dropped everything to like check my Spotify
even
Rap.
a kid.
Huh? Oh yeah, I did compare it to giving birth to a child, and I said I prefer Spotify Wrapped, which honestly, yeah. Even though a lot of people said that the raps weren't like as fun this year, I still had a good time. My top podcast of the year, though, I did not post because I was a little embarrassed. Was our podcast,
Wow.
but it's mostly because I'll listen to it to make sure it
Yeah.
uploaded correctly.
I just listen to it because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, that too. But it's like I will like the day it drops on Spotify, I listen to it to just make sure it's okay. So I was probably like the only one who their top podcast was podcast. Yours might have been.
Yeah. Because, well, I listened to it on YouTube and Spotify because the day it releases, I usually listen on YouTube. And then the next day, I listen to it on Spotify while I'm at work.
We do the opposite. I listen to it on Spotify first, and then I'll watch the video.
My Spotify, I don't use Spotify that much. I use YouTube Music, but they had to do something for me. So I guess my Spotify rap was Taylor Swift.
Hell yeah.
They didn't do anything for me because I didn't listen to any music on Spotify.
Yeah, they have like a minimum you have to listen to.
I even got like the little video from her, and my sister was right there with me. She's like, what? I'm like, Hannah, you know I don't listen to Spotify.
You know I'm a Swiftie at heart.
Matthew's a closeted Swiftie.
I think we figured it out because Hannah and I, we were trying to figure out why it was. I was like, well, I was trying to listen to all the newer music so I could talk with my friends about the new music.
She's probably like on the top hits playlist or whatever.
Yeah. So then I was like, no, wait a minute. YouTube Music does that now. So I went over there, and mine was Panic at the Disco.
Is your number one?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what year it is?
Yeah, I know.
Because he's giving you shit.
I know. I was looking at that. I'm like, holy shit. Why do I listen to Panic at the Disco so much?
Matthew thinks it's 2005 still.
He's still standing in that leather jacket.
In the back of the Ready to Go music video.
I was so confused. I didn't think I listened to that much.
Yeah.
But
hey, you like what you like.
that was the first song that came up was High Hopes. So
Okay.
that's a solid one.
Agree to disagree. Do they do something for Apple Music too, don't they? Is that what you use?
Yeah. No, I didn't get anything.
Oh,
Let me look. Oh.
I'm just curious. My top artist was Green Day.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
no one should be surprised.
What
by
year
that.
is it, Jalen?
They had an album come out this year though.
Oh shit, you got me there.
Because 4 of my top 5 songs were from the new Green Day album, and then the other one on my top 5 was Jesus is Suburbia.
All right. So they call it replay.
Oh shit.
2024.
That's hot. That's hot.
My
Pull mine up. Everybody pull
my
up their
top
rap.
artist, the Bluestones,
Oh.
Okay.
Mumford and Sons,
Okay.
Hozier,
Okay.
Johnny Cash, and Fleetwood Mac.
So 2 of those surprised me.
What, Hozier?
That and Mumford and Sons, I was not expecting.
For well, ever since like the month before Guy's wedding, because Maddie and I were jamming out to Mumford and Sons.
I love me some
when-
Mumford and Sons.
Do they still make music?
Yeah, they just released a song this year,
I did not know that.
and it's a bop.
I'm trying to find a picture. I don't even need a picture. Mine was Green Day, Joywave, Fall Out Boy, Taylor Swift, and then Tyler the Creator. So Weezer did get snubbed this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pretty sure who my top 4 was going to be. I thought that Fall Out Boy would have the number 2 spot, but I really got into Joywave after I saw them in March. Like I fell in love with that band. So that made sense. But I knew my number 5 would either be Tyler the Creator or Weezer, but I was a little surprised that it was Tyler. But Tyler dropped an album at like right before they stopped counting for Spotify Wrapped, and I think I listened to it just enough to push Weezer off the list. So
Yeah. Been trying to elevate my music taste a little bit.
yeah, Matthew and I have been fucking with the new Kendrick album. It's really good.
I've listened to parts of it.
I think this is a really like good entry album for Kendrick because he's got a couple albums where it's like you really have to like sit and like kind of sit with them for a
Digest
little
it.
bit. And like this is just like, I mean, definitely some of the songs have some depth to them, but like it's a fun like Reincarnated is one of my favorite songs. And you could just like jump right into it. It's so fun. That was a surprise album too. Like he just like dropped it and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, here we go."
Yeah.
I think I haven't listened to it yet because most of the time I just listen to music while I'm at work. So it's like I don't won't be bopping around to Kendrick while at work.
Dude, I do it all the time. That's how people leave you alone because they see you like singing Kendrick songs yourself, and then they're like, "I don't want any of that."
When Plaid Couch gets its own office, we'll just see Jaylene just like
Dude, I will catch myself because I did this at the gym a lot too, and a lot of times I'll be working or like I'll be working out, and I start like mouthing lyrics to songs, just to myself, like nothing comes out. But I caught myself doing that at work the other day. It wasn't to Kendrick, but it was one of the songs off the new Tyler record. And like I have to look insane because some of them like kind of go, and I'm just sitting there like
She's spitting fire but not saying anything.
yeah, and I'm just sitting there like reconciling like a deposit account and
Her
just,
lips
like,
are moving 15 miles.
I also do head bobs a lot, and I don't catch myself doing it. And then when I become aware of it, I'm just like, nah, well, people leave me alone. I think that's why people don't approach me at the gym is because I will be like running on the treadmill and like, mouthing the lyrics to a Fall Out Boy song.
No, people don't approach you because you look pissed off.
yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do.
You glare at people too.
Yeah, when we used to go to the gym together, Maddie and I would be laughing, having a good time, doing our workout routine together, and then we just look over at you, and you're like pissed off, just like running. It's like we don't know her.
I remember one time Matthew and I, because not very often you and I were just at the gym together, and there was one time that we were like going to meet up to go to the gym, and I got there a little bit earlier. So I was, starting my cardio on the treadmill, and you came in and you took the treadmill next to me, and I noticed you like kept looking over at me, but I'm like in the zone. Like I don't want to be bothered by anybody while I'm there. And you went to go like do the other machines after you got done on the treadmill, and he texts me. He goes, "I didn't mean to bother you when I came in and got on the treadmill." And I'm like, "You did not bother me. I because I probably acknowledged you, but I probably was just like, oh, whatever."
Yeah.
And I kept going.
It was also a case too, and this is just because I'm comfortable around Jaylene. There were so many other ones I could have gone on, but I chose the one right next
Well,
to her.
like you would do that too when we work out together. It's just like you're there with your buddy, but it's like there's some people who will like, and I don't really go to the gym too much anymore because I don't work in town where I used to just stop by on my way home. But it's like people would come in and like they would want to talk to me, and I would be like, "Oh no, no,
me.
no,
Honey, no.
Whereas like with you guys, I know if you pick the treadmill next to me, I know you're not gonna expect me to have a conversation with you.
No.
You're not gonna like disturb me. But I thought it was so funny that Maddie was just like, "Oh, I pissed her off." It's like, no, it's-
Obviously I did something.
yeah, it's just how I am.
So, holy crap, I did a lot of stuff this week.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. But I went to the iHeartRadio Jingle Ball Fest, which is also another good thing for me because they have newer people that show up and even upcoming people. And Madison Beer was there. She was pretty good.
I like her.
Sweetie. I
Okay.
don't know if you've heard of Sweetie, but her outfit was cute. She had like this cute like Christmas dress and all that. She was a rapper.
Okay.
Kind of reminded me a little bit of
Eminem.
no, not Eminem.
It's the only rapper Tegan knows. I almost
Megan the
yeah.
Stallion.
I almost accidentally called you Thane, and I don't know why. Okay, continue. Because I had to stop myself and be like, "That's Tegan."
And
Okay.
I don't know when K-pop became a big thing in Ohio, but there was 2 K-pop bands there,
Okay.
like boy bands. I'm talking like 18, 19, and that's what all the people were there to see.
Shit.
Just when they would come up, it erupted. I'm like, I didn't know K-pop was so big around here.
Damn.
So I learned a few artists. So I'm glad I'm trying to keep up with the stuff.
Matthew's trying to stay hip. He's really trying.
I really am. There's just so many upcoming artists, and
Yeah.
I mean, new music comes out every day, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all the time, like, it actually bothers me thinking about all the music that, like, I won't get to listen to before I die. That's a thought I have regularly. And I shouldn't think that way, but it's like I'll listen to American Idiot for like the 1,000th time, and it's like I'm gonna miss out on so much music because I just keep listening to the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, but American Idiot's so good.
A Fever You Can't Sweat Out
Yeah.
is just such a good album.
What do you mean I can't listen to Abbey Road 200 times?
There was another. I came across this on TikTok, so finally my news things is keeping me up on some newer stuff. But there's this, um, this Hindi band called New Delhi,
Okay.
and it's like metal, like India, like how do you say it?
Indian?
Indian music, and it goes hard as
Oh,
fuck,
shit.
dude.
There's oh sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
I was just thinking that there is this like Japanese rock band that I recently got into that I think you would like. It sounds like one of their albums straight up just like sounds like it should be in an anime, but then it's just got like extra guitars and shit.
That's sick.
So fun.
What's the name?
It's the Oral Cigarettes.
Oh, I listened to them.
Oh, I love them. They're so
Yeah,
good.
Oral Cigarettes is great.
Yeah, their one album, it just sounds like it like is from an anime.
One of my favorite songs. It's called "Hey Kids."
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Miss Tail's my favorite.
Miss Tail.
Yeah.
See, I do keep up on some good stuff.
Well, I don't know how like new they are.
They're not new.
I just found them like semi recently, like maybe 6 months ago.
I listened to them when I worked like my job before this
Yeah.
one that I have. So I don't know. They might still be upcoming, but
Yeah.
Have y'all heard of a new up and comer called Johnny Cash?
I got like I was up in the 0.1 of listeners on YouTube Music for him. I got a little notification about that, so that was
Shit.
cool.
Yeah, I was in the 0.01% of Green Day listeners, and I was like, you need to stop.
Huh?
My number one artist every year is always just in the bag. I thought Fall Out Boy would pass them last year because they dropped an album last year, and they didn't. They still stayed at number 2.
Whenever a Johnny Cash song comes on now, I'm just like, oh no, I'm getting old because I'm enjoying Johnny Cash a lot.
I've enjoyed Johnny Cash since I was like 8 years old, so I've always been old.
No, you've always known good music.
When Cocaine Blues comes on,
I'm surprised that Tom Petty wasn't in your top 5.
yeah, I think it's because I've been on a relaxing. Well, Tom Petty's still in that.
I was gonna say, have you listened to Wildfire?
Yeah.
Wildfires, Wildflowers. Oh my god, I'm thinking of the Blink song Wildfire.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, I'm
song.
gonna have to fix that for next year.
Yeah. I was gonna show you this after the podcast. Did you see that? So Snoop Dogg just dropped an album. Did you see?
Mm-mm.
There's a song that samples Mary Jane's Last Dance.
Oh.
It's rough.
Oh no.
It's rough.
Uh-oh.
So I'll show you after the podcast.
No.
I was gonna send it to you last night, but I wanted to see your reaction.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my favorite song too.
It's like one of my favorite Tom Petty songs because it came up like Spotify has like their release radar, so like have a playlist of stuff. It's like, hey, artists you like, and Dre produced it, so I think that's how. Well, and I also listened to a fair amount of Tom Petty, so I think that's how it ended up on my release radar. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I'll show it to you later.
All right.
And if you're listening at home, do yourself a favor, and I don't know.
Don't
the name
listen
of
to it.
But if you look at Snoop Dogg's new album, it has like Tom Petty listed as an artist even. So his estate's getting paid royalties for it.
I guess that's good at
Yeah.
least.
So it's not like they pulled a Vanilla Ice and just stole that bass line for fun.
No, Queen and David Bowie stole it from Vanilla Ice.
Okay. Okay.
He was sitting on that song for 2 decades.
He's like, those motherfuckers. That's got to be like, and I'm biased because I love Bowie and I love Queen. Those are 2 of my favorite artists of all time. That's got to be like one of the best link ups in
Oh,
artists like ever. Like, this song's so good. Like, that's probably one of my top 5 Queen songs, and it's such a generic pick, but it's like every time it comes on, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I think we've had that discussion off the podcast of our top 5 favorite Queen songs.
Yeah, I could
so-
talk about Queen all day. So, and the thing is, like, Queen's one of those bands where most of their catalog I really don't care for because it's just like they've got some crazy albums.
Yeah.
And like even their good albums have some crazy songs on them. Like that could be a whole podcast of like all the weird like off the wall Queen songs, but it's like their good songs are good for a reason. Like there's a reason they're classics.
My younger brother is a huge Queen fan. Like Freddie Mercury is his idol. And when the Bohemian Rhapsody movie came out, that was like his favorite movie, and he ended up watching it like 11 times.
Because there's a lot of issues with that movie, but I'm in the same boat. I loved it.
Yeah.
Like I rented it like at home when it came out. And you know, like when you rent movies, I think I like rented it off of YouTube TV or just YouTube. And then you have like 24 hours to watch
Yeah.
it. I watched it literally back to back. I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch that right now.
One time he watched Bohemian Rhapsody, and you know the ending part is them at the
Live Aid?
Yeah. He then pulled up the actual concert.
That gives me chills when I watch that.
Yeah. So,
Like,
and one time his new girlfriend at the time, she was coming over for a movie, and she's like, "Oh, what movie do you want to watch?" You know, having that whole discussion. He's like, "I got a movie for us," and then he watched Bohemian Rhapsody again.
hell yeah, that's awesome.
So that was like the one movie he watched that year.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. A lot of people did not like it.
I thought it was good.
If you take it for as it is.
Yeah.
Like there were definitely some like factual things that they definitely took some liberties on. Like they made that big scene about like Freddie Mercury like left Queen to do a solo career, and it's like actually like the drummer did that first, but okay.
Yeah, they all were kind of like, we're burnt out. Let's.
Yeah, it also like wasn't a big drama thing. Like they all had solo careers. And
Yeah.
they were like, okay, like we're just gonna do this, and I don't know. And then like the dates of when songs were written was really weird. I don't know, but I didn't really care.
It's one of those, as long as you're not nitpicking it, it's a fine movie.
Yeah. So, like, if I wasn't like a Queen fan, it's stuff that I probably wouldn't have noticed. So, yeah. I'm just waiting for the Fall Out Boy biopic.
That'll be a cool one.
Well, it's like, you know, all the based on true story movies. It's like half right, half.
Yeah.
You know, the Remember the Titans. That movie. The championship game in that was not the championship game that actually happened, because the actual Titans team blew everyone out of the water. That was just their closest game of the season. So when making the movie, they decided to make that one the championship game.
That makes sense though in terms of like making a movie.
But it's like every team, they whooped their ass. It's like,
That's a good movie.
I would say I don't really like sports movies that much, but Remember the Titans is one of my favorites.
it's such a great movie.
I also love Ryan Gosling though, so like anything he's in.
Sunshine. No, he's not Sunshine. He's
I don't remember their names. It's been too long since I've seen it.
yeah.
And Donald Faison's in it too. I really like him.
When we start PCMC, you guys gotta watch Asteroid City.
I heard that's okay. Like it's not one of. We were just talking about Wes Anderson.
Oh yeah.
Not too long ago, but yeah. I don't know.
It's a weird one.
I gotta watch it. I saw like half of it and then I just like checked out. But I recently rewatched Grand Budapest Hotel, and that movie's so good.
Oh yeah, you put notes or something.
Yeah, I was
didn't you?
taking notes while I was watching Grand Budapest. I may have been under the influence when I was watching that movie too. So, but it's a good movie. I love Wes Anderson.
When you shared your notes, that's what gave me the idea for your present. So
Shit. You bought me a hotel.
the whole
He bought you
Budapest.
Fight Club on Blu-ray.
I love Fight Club. I'm mad that like I'm so obsessed with Fight Club right now because it makes me feel like such like a frat boy
Yeah.
or whatever. But I can't. I love that movie. We've been playing Marvel Rivals, and I keep like every time I see Bruce Banner in that game, I think of Edward Norton, and it's like I'll be playing Marvel Rivals and I'll be sniping at a Bruce Banner, and I'll just be thinking in my head like I gotta watch Fight Club again. Like,
I was playing Marvel Rivals last night before I went to sleep, and I got MVP with Bruce.
Hell yeah.
I was doing really good with the Hulk.
Yeah.
I mean, that game we just slaughtered the other team. It was a lot of fun.
Marvel Rivals is so much fun.
Yeah.
We got to do a video.
Yeah, and I didn't think it'd be a game I'd enjoy too much because I never got into Overwatch, and it's very much a clone of that.
It's very Overwatchy.
Yeah, but I'm thinking it's just because we're playing together, and
Yeah.
that's like half the stress away because we're not yelling at each other.
Yeah.
We're all just having a good time.
I would get yelled at all the time by randos
Yeah.
in Overwatch, and it would make me sad. Where now it's like, oh, whatever. I also like that you can give each other the thumbs up at the end, and I almost always get thumbs up from like everybody,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
when we play with randos.
I did get blasted though. It was the first day I was playing, so it didn't bother me too much.
Yeah.
But I was playing Magic. By the way, smoking hot.
She's gonna get nerfed, I think.
Smoking
Yeah.
hot character, by the way. But I was practicing.
Hear me out.
That's not a hear me out.
That's not a hear me out. That's a But I was not doing good, and this guy who was playing Jeff, the little shark guy, he kept telling me to get off of Magic, and every time he told me, it just made me want to stay on her
Yeah.
even more. He was yelling at me the whole game. Bird guy was there. And he was like, "Stop being so mean." There was another person there on our team who was also like, "This isn't even ranked. Why are you making such a big deal
Yeah,
about this?"
I don't get why people get so up in arms. Burguy and I were playing a few nights ago, and we were playing a game, and like Burguy was the only one who picked a healer. I think like we just had one healer on our team, and this guy was like spamming the chat like in all caps, like we need supports, we need healers, and Burguy just typed back nerd, and he goes, "Shut the fuck up."
What the first night Burguy and I were playing together, I've been trying to figure out what characters I enjoy playing, and I was playing as Captain America, and we had a Bucky on our team as well.
Is that Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a joke.
that just gave me PTSD. Sorry.
And Cap's thing is like taking a lot of the damage and blocking it. So I had a lot of block damage, but not a lot of damage dealt or kills. And the Bucky put freaking Cap not doing anything, and he had like 3 kills. So I just put freaking Bucky not doing it.
Bucky's fun to play. I want to get better at him.
Yeah.
I've only played him a little bit, but it's like I love getting a kill with Bucky. It's like, oh shit,
I haven't played him yet.
he's fun.
Yeah. I've played him a little bit, Star-Lord, which that one's tough for me because I'm someone who likes being in the middle of the action, and he's just so fragile that he just gets lit up.
That's what I'm having trouble figuring out is when you're a melee character, how do you stay alive in the middle of the fight? Because
Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah.
The Punisher is like the very basic one. So if I'm having a bad day, sometimes I'll just be like, you know what? This will determine if I keep playing or not. Not. And then I've been learning Cap because Burguy's usually stuck as healer, and then it's like, oh well, we need a tank out there as well. So
Burguy's not just stuck as healer. He does like playing.
oh,
healer.
he loves playing healer.
Which that's good for us because I don't want to be a healer.
And honestly, I think he's always just looking for an excuse to pick healer. He's like, oh, everyone else picked attacker, so I guess.
I think healer works for Burguy so well because Burguy will also like still get a lot of kills with healer. And then he'll be like, oh, look at that. I'm healing the whole team and also getting kills. It's like he needs that that validation from doing both jobs.
And I think I'll also add this for D&D because Burguys loves playing cleric in that, and bard and a lot of classes that have those multi-purposes. I think it's because he is an overthinker. So having all that stuff, he's thinking of all the options, like who do I heal?
Yeah.
What do I do this turn? All that. So where I'm just like sword.
That's me. It's like I need just to do some damage.
Where's the enemy?
Yeah, I don't get how people in games I could never be a healer in any game. I struggle with the doctor career in The Sims 4. That's how bad I am at healing people. It's a good joke, isn't it? I've never played that career in The Sims. I'm too scared.
I'm too scared.
Yeah, I cannot do healer. Like I'm bad enough like
Yeah.
with Black Widow just sniping people and
I
rivals.
was doing a comparison for me personally
Mm-hmm.
between Hawkeye and Black Widow. Black Widow is a lot of fun, but I think Hawkeye is a better sniper, honestly.
Hawkeye is definitely the better version of Black Widow in that game. Yeah, you're dumb if you play Black Widow in Rivals, I think.
I saw a video, someone showing like the hitbox of the arrows, and they were like a full person over, and the arrow was still hitting.
Are you
Jesus
serious?
Yeah.
Christ.
It's like,
He's getting. I think Hawkeye is going to be
Yeah.
one of the nerf characters for sure.
I'm excited for them to add new characters. Like I
They've
can't
got
wait. They've got a pretty stacked
Yeah.
roster right
Yeah.
now, but
the roster is great, but they still have so many they could do.
yeah. It's like, I'm surprised none of the Fantastic Four's in there, but
they're probably waiting for the movie.
exactly.
Because I thought the same thing with like Deadpool.
Yeah.
But they've got Wolverine in there, so
Yeah.
they're probably gonna wait a little bit and then add Deadpool.
Yeah.
Which, when Deadpool is released, that will be an insufferable time.
I feel that way with Venom now.
Yeah.
Like
Venom's such a tank.
which the other day I was having a real rough time playing Rivals because this one Venom, I swear to God, was just out to get me. I would like as soon as I would make my way back out to the battlefield, he'd like lock eyes with me and then I'd be dead. And none of my team was helping either.
He
They were just they were just like, oh, little Black Widow, yeah, she's fine by herself. I'd be like, like I would try and follow our team, and it was bad. And I was getting pissed. And I'm like, and I can just picture the motherfucker who's picking Venom every single match.
It's Matthew.
Have not played Venom.
There's a certain type of guy, I just know it. So yeah, it'll be like double that when Deadpool comes out, I'm sure.
Oh.
But yeah, I was telling you guys last night, like it's almost like reignited my love for Marvel that I lost since like the first phase of the MCU ended, like the first
The
Infinity
Infinity
Saga.
Saga.
And because I started a MCU rewatch a few weeks ago and I just kind of stopped. So like last night I finally watched season 2 of Loki. It was so good. I don't know why I didn't watch it sooner. Because I really liked season 1 of Loki, and then I just fell off the Marvel train. And then I restarted my MCU rewatch. So then after, because we filmed a video last night, and after we got done filming our video, I got in the shower, and then after my shower, I sat and watched the first Avengers movie. Oh my God. I love Marvel movies so much. I'm mad that they got oversaturated. And I'm going to try with this rewatch to at least watch the newer movies that came out and give them a chance. Because I feel like I have not been given the new movies a chance. I've just been talking shit about them. I watched Eternals and like the newest Thor movie and just have been running my mouth. So you're hearing it here now. I'm going to give the new movies a chance. I got to get to them first though. I just watched 2012 Avengers. So give me a minute. And I'll report back as we go.
I always think that's such a crazy turnaround because when the MCU was first around, I was the biggest like superhero nerd of the group. It was like just about anything Marvel, DC. I was the go-to guy, but then once Avengers and all that came out, you just kind of like surpassed me. It's like one of those graphs where it's like, oh, what company revenue and all that, and it's showing it throughout the years.
Yeah.
I was on top for the longest,
Like
and then
it's,
you
like,
just
steady, and then
you
all
just
of a
slowly
sudden-
see like Jayleen just like
Yeah, because I really did not like superhero movies.
Yeah.
Like I remember like watching the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, which I have given those a chance recently. And
Yeah.
it's like I get why people like them, but I also was like a little girl watching
Yeah.
those movies and being like they don't really appeal to me. I've always had this thing, I don't really like Tobey Maguire for whatever
which
reason.
is fair.
There's just something about like him in movies that I just don't really care for.
Rub some dirt in your eyes.
But so
Take on this.
so like I was like, okay, I don't like superhero movies. Which is weird though, because and I remember watching the Fantastic Four movies as a kid too, and not liking those either. But I've since like grown a love for those movies. Those are my favorite like bad movies to
Yeah.
watch. Not the 2014 one, like specifically like the first one, and then
Yeah.
Silver Surfer. Those are just fun bad
Silver
movies.
Surfer, I like that one a lot.
But like I remember I was on a family trip, and like every night, because it was like a cabin trip, so every night we would just watch movies, and that was before streaming services, so we just had a big thing of DVDs.
Yeah.
And every night someone got to pick, and one night one of my cousins picked Iron Man, and I was like, I do not want to fucking watch Iron Man. Like I hate superhero movies, blah blah blah. And then and I watched Iron Man. I was like, that was pretty fucking good. And one of my biggest ever regrets is my brother and stepbrother, like we were on a family vacation, went and saw the first Avengers movie in theaters. And I decided to just not go and just hang out at the hotel instead.
Oof.
And,
Big L on your
and
part.
then like, because I watched Iron Man like after that movie was in theaters. And I was like, oh, I could have saw Avengers in theaters. But I redeemed myself when Age of Ultron came out. And I did see that in theaters. And I think we talked about this in our like superhero movies ranked, but I'm falling back in love with the MCU, so I got to talk about Avengers for just a second, and then we could change the topic. But I think Age of Ultron gets a bad rap. I think it's a good movie.
It's an okay movie.
I'll see what happens when I rewatch it again, but like, and I'm biased because I love the MCU. I love all the Avengers movies. I think it's good in the context of like the MCU. It's fine. It does its job. I think they could have done more with James Spader. He was a really good Ultron. But I don't know. I like that movie. And yeah.
So I came to realization when I was watching our Hear Me Out video.
Oh, jeez.
So Matt Ryan also voices the main character in my favorite Assassin's Creed game, Edward Kenway. And I just realized that not too long ago. I'm like, oh shit. I've had a liking for Matt Ryan for a very long time.
Can we talk? Because that video released this weekend.
Yeah.
A lot of them were like on the edge of Hear Me Out and all. But that one was so far away because it's like, no, he's conventionally attractive.
Yeah,
And Matthew was like, but he's a guy.
I feel like that with you with like.
Oh yeah, you had Ahsoka, dude.
No, he had Ayla Secura.
Yeah.
Is that how
Oh,
you say
sorry,
her name?
Ayla Secura, yeah.
I felt like that wasn't a true Hear Me Out. A lot of people like her, like are attracted to her.
But she's an
I
alien.
felt the same way about what is it? The girl from Avatar. But that one, she's like real tall and has a tail though. So okay, whatever.
I was starting with like,
Yeah.
all right.
Your ending though, really, I was like, what?
Yeah. Once my third one came, that's when it went off the.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Yeah, that was a fun. That was a fun video we did. I'm prepared for the next one because as we were making that, I thought of more characters, so I'm ready for the next one.
I've got 3 already in mind.
And I think that's helped us a lot during this holiday time as well. As we've done those TikTok cringe videos. We've started figuring out a format for Discord stuff.
That's really nice.
And that is nice when we don't have time available to come here. But it also opens up a lot of different things too. So that's been really fun. I mean, the 2 TikTok videos we did really well for us.
Yeah, got some new viewers.
Yep.
So if you found us through that, thank you for watching and staying with us.
Yeah.
We'll do more TikTok, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yep. Eventually, we'll release our own TikToks again here shortly as well too.
Yeah, once we get our,
shit together.
Yeah.
After the new year.
There may be 1 or 2 before the end of the year, but no rush on that. Everything's been going good. We've got some ideas in the holster for 2025. So these next few weeks, we'll be wrapping things up, enjoying time with family and friends, and getting back on the Plaid saddle.
Jesus Christ.
Write that down. Plaid saddle.
I hate that.
Gizmo. Hey, bud.
Yeah. Anybody have anything else to add? We got some time left.
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah.
So along with
Okay.
um
I was just gonna start talking about Marvel movies again.
my family
so.
and I, when we went to the zoo, we took a camper because we had a lot of family with us. So we took a camper, and I have this game that I have not played in a long time. I was worried because usually Bird Guy reads the instructions.
Okay.
So I was a bit nervous that when I would open up the instructions, I just wouldn't know how it would go.
Yeah.
But it was that unspeakable words that Call of Cthulhu
Oh, okay.
like spelling game.
Yeah.
I opened them up the instructions, and it was like, I'm gonna sound real nerdy for saying this, but it was just like reading a card on the effect on a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So I was reading, I was showing everybody what to do, giving the instructions, and we played that all the way there. It was like an hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
We did not stop playing that game
Oh wow.
there. And then after we were all done and even tired, they were like, "Can we play another one?" And we played all the way back too.
Make the time go fast.
Yeah,
that's
it was a lot of fun. So now I think I'm just gonna keep that game in my car just in case.
For sure. Yeah, for emergencies.
Yeah.
You talking about Yu-Gi-Oh?
Are we gonna bring up the same topic? Because I had a segue
Matthew's
for that.
TikToks.
Yeah.
Have you
What
not
about
watched-
my TikToks?
Do you not watch Matthew's TikToks?
Do you have TikToks?
Oh my.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 4.
Yeah, but he's released a few of like his Yu-Gi-Oh gameplays.
I didn't know you made TikToks.
It's just
Follow Matthew on TikTok.
Yeah, I've watched every single one. I can't tell you a thing that happened in them.
I don't know.
It's just like playing all these cards and then it's over and it's like
That's like Burguy. One time we were on a Discord call and he was playing Yu-Gi-Oh,
Mhm.
and so he streamed it over Discord so I could watch him. So I had Burguy's like Yu-Gi-Oh game up on one screen and I'm playing The Sims on the
Yeah.
other one. And every time he'd be like, "Oh, watch this," and I'd watch his screen. It was the same thing. It's like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. He goes, "Oh my god, did you see that?" I'd be like, "Yeah."
That's how it, dude. That's how it feels when you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
it's I found a website where you can build like Lorcana decks because I know Burguy's big into that, so I'm like, I at least want a better understanding. By no means am I playing a strong deck. I'm playing a Hercules deck because I always told Burguy, I'm going to make a Hercules deck. I don't care how good it is, but I'm going to make it work.
He just wants to go the distance.
Yeah. So I've been practicing that before I buy any actual cards. But the big one, Pokemon TCG Pocket.
I've been obsessed with it. I'm literally addicted to it.
All 4 of us, with Burguy included.
Yeah, Burguy got us all into it.
Yeah. I was gonna say I watched some Pokemon content creators, and I was like, "Oh, I'll get this." But Burguy and I were talking, and then he and I would send stuff back and forth, and then it slowly just.
Yeah, I play it nonstop. I was telling you and Burguy about this.
Yeah.
I love, because when I first got it, I was really excited for the battle feature, but it halves your decks and then it halves the battle. So it's like you only have to get 3 points and then you only have, what is it, 20 card deck?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. It's so
It's
fun.
so
It's
fun.
a nice quick battle.
Yeah.
So
I'm more on the collecting aspect of it, but I have like the battle feature. A thing I've noticed though, and I've said this to you guys, I somehow always go fucking first, which is terrible.
yeah. Well, I mean, depends on what deck you use. Some decks are better suited for going first.
90% of them are not.
Yeah, but I prefer going second.
And then if I ever play a water deck with Misty in it, I always flip tails the very first coin.
Oh no. I haven't gotten any trainer cards, and I'm pissed off I haven't yet.
But one of my favorite things, Burguy put in the group chat, gosh, last week, 2 weeks ago, he's like, got a Charizard, just looking for a Moltres. The next pack I opened had a Moltres in it, so I sent it. I was like, I got it for
I
you.
got that for you.
I've pulled 3 different full art Alakazams.
Oh,
two
shit.
2 of them in the same pack, and then the next day I opened my daily booster and I got another one, and I sent all 3 of them to Burguy as I opened them, and he goes, "How are you so fucking lucky?" And I'm like, I don't even need 3 of this card.
I think the coolest one I got is the Golbat one that I showed you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I have that
Yeah.
one.
It looks like he's on an acid trip in a
Yeah,
cave.
it's like got that sketching.
Yeah.
it's
like
so
detail.
sick.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool cards for that.
But,
Have you guys been doing the Bulbasaur event?
Yep.
yeah.
I got some of the promotion cards for that. Do Jigglypuff. Real good.
Dude, I have more Onyx than what I know
I
I'm
did
doing.
the one thing where you can get rid of cards and it does.
Oh yeah.
I still have about 6 Onyxes left over, and I upgraded it all the way.
I will say I run those in one of my fighting decks, so
Yeah.
so they are fun because I've got a bunch of Brock trainer cards also. So I just run Onyx Brock and my one fighting
Still
deck.
upset I haven't gotten a trainer card yet.
Hey, how do you not? I feel
Yeah.
like at least get some like
I haven't
professor's research.
I haven't pulled a Sabrina yet.
Well, I did.
I've got so many Sabrinas. I can't wait till they have like the trading feature. That's gonna be so fun.
I really like the binder aspect too.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Where you can just put all your cool cards in it. I
Yeah.
was showing people at work who have an inkling of Pokemon. I was like, look at my binder, dude.
It's so fun. One of my favorite cards is my full art Lieutenant Surge. It's so cool. I also have a full art Blaine, which that's probably my favorite trainer card because I run that in my fire deck where I run my Magmar. So
And the thing I've told you guys is I've realized because the 3 of you used to be big into collecting Pokemon cards.
it was
Like-
bad.
And I said, I'm glad I never did that as much as you guys because I would have gone broke.
We spent a lot of money.
Mhm.
I'm not speaking for everybody, but I spent
we
a
did.
lot of money.
We did.
And I think I like the aspect because it's just on my phone. You know, I'm not going through a bunch of binders, but I do like collecting things.
It is fun.
It's like when I'm playing video games, I try to get all the achievements or trophies are 100% certain parts of it. And it's just like, I got to complete things.
I'm like that with The Sims 4.
Yeah.
I get that, where it's like I buy expansion packs that I don't necessarily want, but it's just like, I don't have that one. Or it
Got
would
to
be
complete
like,
the set.
comes with like one couch that I would probably use. I might as well get it. So, I get that. But Pokemon's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's just like I've been so busy the past month, and I just feel like the last few weeks it's been really nice to like lose myself into Pokemon and to Marvel. It's just like that nerd part of my brain. It's
Taking
like,
you back to-
It'll be like that. Like helps relieve some of the stress. Is to just like have those to keep me from going insane.
Yeah, after I downloaded Pokemon TCG, I was talking with the electrician I work with because he plays Hearthstone and all that, and we were talking. I'm like, and I sat down. I'm like, holy fuck, card games are just the coolest fucking shit ever.
I've been watching. I think I talked about this in a video. I really like watching Smosh's like Reddit story series. It's just fun to put on the background. They also have on Smosh Games. It's Spencer and Shane will do like guess the game, so it shows one
Yeah.
frame of a video game
Which I think that would be something fun that we'd.
over Discord. Would
Yeah.
be fun. But the one with Hearthstone the one time, and I think they got it on like the second slide, and Spencer just goes, "Oh, I wouldn't have gotten that right away because I'm not a degen gambler." And I just thought of Burga, who one is a degen gambler and two was obsessed with Hearthstone.
Yeah. Well, because she and I, Jalen, you may have been on that call too, because I was talking about how I still have Hearthstone on my desktop, and I'll look at that every now and again. It's like, do I have that itch to play it? Because just like Fortnite, Burguy and I would play like Hearthstone for a solid month in a row, and then we would just drop it off
Yeah.
for several months, and then it's like, oh, something else happened. Let's get back in it. And he's like, no, it's awful right now. Don't hop back in it. And I was like, all right.
I probably was, but a lot of times like I'll get busy doing something
Yeah.
or like I'll be playing The Sims and I tune out for like a half hour. So, but yeah, lots of fun things in our lives. We're just big old nerds.
I will also say for the Pokemon TCG, because it has that 12-hour timer between pack
Yeah.
openings, one is set up for like when I wake up in the morning. So the first thing I do is open a pack, and then
I do that like
He's like shaking.
I usually about the time I walk into work is when I'm due to open a
Yeah.
pack. So like I'll sit down and I'll clock in, and before I get any work done, I'll open a pack, and then I'll start my work day.
I have been getting unlucky with packs because you know how you can peek when you
Yeah.
open a pack.
Oh yeah.
And I'm always looking for that shiny at the end. It was like 4 or 5 packs in a row, nothing. And I'm just like, I just felt despair
Yeah.
for a long time.
I'm still waiting to pull a God pack.
But it's been so much fun.
Yeah. I think the time away and then also just a lot of cool stuff has been coming out this
Yeah.
last month, which is expected because it's getting around that Christmas time.
Yeah.
So
It's also fun that like because we talk about Marvel Rivals and then like Pokemon TCG, like not only are we all enjoying those independently, it's fun. It's fun for us to all do together.
Yeah.
Like anytime I get like a full art card, like I'm usually sending it in their group chat. Or like if I get a good Wonder pick, like
Yeah.
I'll send it in the group chat. Like my Magikarp I got the other day. I was like,
who'd you get that from?
that was from you.
Huh?
I got a full hour, I think, Ghastly from you, from one of your Wonder picks.
No, coughing.
Coughing. That's
Yeah.
right. Not Ghastly.
Because he was like, it looked like he was in like an old
No.
like London street.
Yeah,
And
like in
wheezing.
an alley.
It looks sick.
It's wheezing.
Wheezing.
Wheezing, yeah.
We play Pokemon.
Yeah. Magikarp is Gyarados.
I was so sure in that video. So it's just really fun to like have that because the other day I worked a half day at work and I was just playing Marvel Rivals and I was playing against like the AI to just get some practice in. And right about the time I was getting ready to hop off for the night, Berg hopped on Discord and he messaged me. He goes, "Oh, are you playing Marvel Rivals?" And I was like, "Yeah." And we played for like a few hours. Like we were doing the thing too. It's like I compared it to like you go to a bar and like you're like, "This is my last beer." And then you have four or five last beers. That was me playing this game. We would play match. I'm like, okay, this is my last one, and then I'm done. But then like we were playing bad matches, and like we kept getting like really bad losses. So Bryce would be like, can't end on a loss. I'm like, you're right, one more.
That's that D-Gen gambler mindset.
And we finally won, and not only did we win, like we both had really good matches. Like my highest amount of KOs was that match. I think Berg got MVP, and we were both sitting there, and he goes, "You can't just leave like with this good energy." I'm like, "Okay, one more, but I mean it this time." So then we got one more win, and I finally logged off. But like, it was so fun to just, hang out with your buddies and have like a common interest. I feel like it's been a while since we've had something that all four of us have really clung to like that.
Yeah.
So it's fun to have both those. Now, if you all could just download The Sims 4 and we could all bond over that.
Sorry, I won't do that.
No, because if we got it, you'd be like, "You're doing it wrong."
Yeah.
No.
What the fuck are you doing?
No.
So I think this is a good place to end this episode of the podcast. Glad to be back.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Misty.
I will say, since we slimmed our schedule down a bit to where we just have that Saturday upload and the podcast, Fridays when I'm driving home from work, I'm kind of like, oh, I can't wait for this video. I'm like, oh no, we're taking a slight break from that. Or I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to upload.
I keep doing that like Monday night. It's like I'll go to fall asleep and then my eyes go wide open because it's like the podcast. I'm like, oh yeah, we haven't even filmed a podcast. So
I tried so hard yesterday not to text you if we were recording because I'm like, I don't think we are, but I didn't want to like be in my house playing Marvel Rivals and then get a text from Tegan.
I'm glad.
Matthew, where the fuck
Where
are
you
you?
at?
I'm glad you said something because I was getting my stuff around for work that morning and I'm like, I'm pretty certain we're not filming till Saturday.
Yeah.
But I packed a bag just in case. That way I could head straight from work to Tegan's.
I tried so hard. It was on my mind all day yesterday.
I like how we do that. It's like nobody would be pissed if you just ask either. But it's just like the fact it's like,
I just go, oh my god.
You don't know the schedule?
God, yeah. So, no, I was in the same boat. And then we ended up filming anyway. So.
Yeah.
I was trying to, in the conversation, the texting we did yesterday, I kind of tried to elude it to see if Tanga would say anything without actually directly asking him. But the issue was he didn't say anything. So I'm like sweating. I'm like, oh God, I don't know if I'm supposed to be there
It's
tonight.
funny that Matthew's done that multiple times where it's like he doesn't want to ask, but then he ends up asking anyway.
On that note, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Tell us who you main in Marvel Rivals or what the coolest Pokemon you got from Pokemon Pocket is. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Oh, I stole your line. My bad.
You did.